Hello everybody, Andrea here, and welcome to a nice little game that I found on itch.io called Rainbow Cafe. Now, I don't think this is a very long game or anything, it's just something nice and calm and simple, and it involves some stories and stuff, and, well, you guys will see. Let's get on in here and check it out. Hey, we're so glad you made it. This is the Rainbow Cafe. Here, you will find what you need. Alright? A caffeinated drink, a friendly chat. Everyone here is excited to meet you and share their experiences. Feel free to wander around for as long as you like. And when you're ready, you may leave through the front door. Alright, so... Do I Yep, there we go. That's it. Wazzed. I knew if it wasn't arrows, it'd be wazzed. So, let's see. Okay, I'm just this little gray sprite dude here. Take it that's the front door down there. Hey there. Live hair. I wish I'd known there was an option other than male for me growing up. I was totally clueless. I would have loved to wear a fashion that's outside of what people typically think is for men. It would have helped if I knew that gender identity and gender presentation are different. Yeah? Here, we're gonna sit at the table and have a nice little coffee with you. Waiter! Waiter! We want some coffee here. No? Okay. Is there anything else you have to say? You're doing great. Alright. Okay. Can I talk to the plant? No. Okay. Hey! I've been questioning my gender for years. Still am. You're adorable. Do you have, like, doggy ears or something? I wished I'd understood gender better. I suffered from really bad dysphoria, but didn't understand what was going on until much later in life. I think I only worked out what gender meant a few years ago in my mid-30s. I wish there were better resources when I was growing up to let me know that's okay. Huh? You'll be okay. There's no rush. I'm much happier now than I used to be. So, okay. As you guys can tell, this is like a game about gender identity and stuff like that, which is like, I like things that bring this into light. Can I get this? Cake and pies and all sorts of delights I want. Can I has? I cannot has, can I? No. Can I has? Who knew there were so many different types of drink? It's a rainbow in here. Hey, I see what you did there. Alright, let's come talk to this one. Hello. Welcome to the Rainbow Cafe. Would you like a coffee? Tea? Hell yeah. Too easy. Let me know what you're after, and I'll prepare it for you. Oh. This one's on the house. Oh, thank you, sir. It's so important that we keep on supporting each other. We're one big community after all. True. I hope you find what you're looking for here. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. Sorry, Sweeney Todd moment. Oh, whoa, there's more over here. Can I come back here? I can't do anything back here, can I? No. Can I talk to you more? Welcome back! How was your drink? Great. Okay. Let's come talk to this person. I always knew that I was queer, but I was raised by a conservative family, so I had to suppress it. I only really worked out my gender when I was 29 after a decade of confusion. Well, I was confused growing up. I wasn't sure if I was queer or just experimenting or going through a phase. I was 20 when I started to work out who I am. I have fanfiction to thank for that. Of course, good old fanfics. I wish I had more assurance that it wasn't wrong to be queer. It's not. I sort of knew, but everyone around me kept telling me it was wrong and I felt alone. Aw. I grew up in a rural area where nobody taught me anything. I wish I had had more resources available to me. Yeah. I wish I had a queer role model. I try to be that for others now. Oh, that's cute. That's sweet. Yeah, I just wish I could tell my teen self that I didn't have to be afraid. Aw. It would have helped if I had just known it was okay. No matter what, and that feelings can change. There's peace in self-acceptance. It would have saved me years of pain. Aw. So you were talking with them there, okay. There are so many people around the cafe who are ready to tell you their stories. Keep exploring. Alright. Thanks for listening to my story. You're welcome. Look after yourself, dear. Oh, you too. You're all so sweet. I hope my story helped you somehow. Aw. What's in the book? Gender can be a tricky topic. Gender and sex are two different things, and they don't always align. You may be born with male characteristics and feel like a woman, or perhaps the other way around. That might mean you're trans. It's also important to know that there are more than two sexes and more than two genders. Intersex and non-binary identities exist and show that both sex and gender are spectrums. And the way you present yourself and your gender doesn't define your gender either. Everything is fluid. Just be the person that you feel comfortable being, and the labels might come with it. That is very good advice. Let's talk to you. Oh, you're adorable. I knew I was different when I was 5. I knew I was trans in my mid-teens. I didn't know I was safe until my mid-20s. Aw, sweetie. Let's talk to these guys. I wish there was more information about being trans. I used to think it was like cross-dressing, so I hid my feelings for years. Society made me think I was a pervert or a freak for being trans. I wish I'd known I wasn't. I was really depressed growing up, and I think I might have prevented that if I'd understood what it meant to be trans sooner. If the first time I said, I wish I was a boy, someone told me, that's fine, you can be, it would have really helped me. I wish somebody had told me I didn't have to be ashamed. Aw. I wish trans people just had more visibility. You guys are getting it. It's getting there. Thanks for listening to me. You're welcome. Nobody can tell you who you are except yourself. But listening to other people's stories might help. Very true. Okay. Let's come down here then. There's a few people left back here. I never felt like the gender I was born, but I never felt like the opposite gender either. I wish I knew it was okay to be in the middle. I've always been fascinated by gender. I guess I always knew I was non-binary. I only found the words to describe being non-binary when I was 20. I think I was 16 when I worked out I was queer, but I learned the world. I think that's supposed to be word, but that's okay. But I learned the word non-binary much later. I wish I'd known it sooner. It would have helped me explain myself easier. Yeah, it would have helped if I'd seen more gender non-conforming people in media. I wish I knew it was okay to change. Things can be fluid. Non-binary genders exist. Yep. Just be yourself. And if you're not sure who that is yet, just do your best. That's very true. Nobody works out who they are overnight. True. Now where's that girl? There she is. Well, I think. Could be a guy. Who knows? Hi again. Keep exploring and let any of our staff know if you need anything. Is there more for me to find here? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the front door, isn't it? I think so. Oh, wait, are these stairs? Can we go upstairs? We can! Now loading. Ooh, more people, more stories. Yay, I like this. Bisexual, adjective. Sexually attracted to both men and women. Hey, don't believe everything you read. Some books are out of date. Bi might mean two, but that doesn't necessarily mean men and women. It could also mean similar similar to me and different to me. Many people who refer to themselves as bisexual are attracted to more than just men and women, and know the gender isn't a binary. There's a whole spectrum of genders out there. Labels evolve all the time. That's why language is so awesome. That's true. What do you have to say, friend? Oh, you're adorable. In a way, you kind of remind me of Chloe Price from, Life is Strange. I always knew I was bisexual. Hey, there's a demon here! That's cool. I didn't figure out that I was bisexual until my mid-30s. I was dating a bisexual woman when I worked out. I was bi, too. I read some books growing up where being bisexual was treated like it was just normal, and that helped. Oh, you're pretty. I accepted my bisexuality after hanging out at a pride center at my school a lot. I spent most of my teen years wrestling with my sexuality. I wished I'd known bisexuality was a thing. I wish there'd been better literature about bisexuality and more media representation. There's so many stereotypes about bisexuality, and many of them might not align with your lived experiences. True. It's nice to meet you. Oh, it's nice to meet you too. I remember when I first visited the cafe. I hope it helps you. This is such a sweet game. I've found myself, and it feels good. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh my goodness. Asexuality exists. I thought asexual and aromantic were the same thing. If I'd worked out the difference sooner, I might have been able to figure out where I fit. Asexuality is a spectrum. It doesn't necessarily mean you aren't attracted to anyone ever. Truth. Like, I wish somebody had told me that demisexuality was an option, and what it meant. Thank you! I wish anybody had talked to me about asexuality while I was in my teens and 20s. I always thought I was broken or frigid, but it turns out I was just ace. I only knew I was queer in my 20s because before that, I didn't even know that asexuality existed. Everything fell into place after that. That's awesome. You never have to feel ashamed for who you are. There's always a place where you're safe. You can come here whenever you need kind words and a familiar face. I'm okay. I worked out I was queer when I was 13 or so, but I only came out as pansexual when I was 40. I always knew some girls liked girls instead of boys, but I liked boys too, so I knew I couldn't be one of them. Wait, what? Okay, I probably misread that, but I always felt attracted to everyone, but because society is so heteronormative, I couldn't put a name to it. When I was 28, I learned the word pansexual, and it changed my life. It was only after seeing a pan character on television that I figured out I could like girls, boys, and anyone in between. Aww. Do you have more to say? You can leave through the front door of the cafe whenever you're ready. I know. There are so many different names and labels for queer identities. You don't have to know which one suits you yet. Oh wait, these papers here, is there anything on them I can read? Yep. Asexuality just means that you don't feel sexually attracted to others. It's different to aromanticism, which means you don't form romantic attractions to others. Some people identify as one, while others might identify as both. Asexuality and aromanticism can also be considered as a spectrum. There are gray sexual or gray A identities that mean somebody doesn't feel attraction very often, for example. Some gray A identities have their own names and conditions, like demisexuality. Demisexuals only form sexual attractions for people that they already have strong emotional connections with. The most important thing is to know that no matter whether or not you develop attractions or romantic feelings for others, you are not broken. You're perfect just the way you are. Why can't I go up? Okay, I got stuck on the chairs. I'm a genius. Okay. I realized I was bi when I was 15, and it took at least another 12 years before I worked out that I'm also non-binary. I figured out that I was bisexual when I was about 12, and trans when I was 16. When I started puberty, I worked out that I wasn't cisgender and heterosexual either. It terrified me. It would have made it a lot easier if I'd known what that meant earlier. I was lucky. My sex education program at school was pretty inclusive. It even touched on topics like being trans or intersex. Yeah, it would have helped if I'd had access to more resources like that. But I've discovered so much about myself in the last few years just by being exposed to more trans, non-binary, and asexual people. That's great. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. It always helped to keep an open mind. It always helps. Everything will always get better in the end. I'd always felt different, but I only learned the word gay when I was 10. Before I knew the word, I didn't realize you could be gay, so I thought it might mean that I should have been a girl instead. I realized I was attracted to other women in my mid-20s. It would have been nice to know that you can kiss people the same gender as you without it being experimentation. I just wish there had been better education about sexuality at school. One of my best friends came out to me when I was a teenager, and that forced me to wrestle with my own internalized homophobia. It helped me realize that I'm gay too. Aw. It's okay to love yourself. Learning is a process. It takes a while. That's true. It's awesome that you're spending time here with us. Can I come see the kidder? Meow! Aww. Meow. Oh, it's so cute. Well, I think that's everything here in the cafe. I guess all that's left to do now is, leave. Are there any other things around that I could read? I don't believe so. Unless I can read the books that are down here on the walls. Oh, so many books and so much to learn. Phew. Does it say the same thing here? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to double check. So could I come back here and read these? There we go. There are posters and flyers from all over the community. That's awesome. There's so many colors in this painting. Hey, you move. Do you have anything else? Hi again, keep exploring okay. Welcome back, how was your drink? Alright. I guess that's it, so let's go out the front door. Yep. That was nice. Honestly, stories in this game are based on the experiences of these people. @_Entropia, Lexi, Orange Sickle, Acegac, Adam Christo, Akador, Alien Cafe, Elustigirl, and you guys can read all of these yourselves if you want to, so. I honestly really like that, and admittedly, I honestly kind of want to cry right now. Which you guys probably could tell by my voice when I was reading things during the game. And the fact that I had to take a moment after I found the group where it talked about, like, asexuality and demisexuals and all that. And that's because, like, you know, I myself am demisexual. Like, some of my friends do know this, but others don't. I know they won't care, but I know there's a lot of people, like, I know a lot of people that are very homophobic. So, to talk about my own sexuality in videos, I know I've mentioned it before, very briefly in older videos, but to sit and talk about it now and then, I've been kind of afraid to. And admittedly, being demisexual is something I've struggled with at times. Because, like, how it's said in this, you're not broken. That you're perfect the way you are. Hearing that actually really does make me want to cry. And it really means a lot to me. Because more than once, I've felt like I am broken, like there's something wrong with me. Just because I can look at people and be like, oh yeah, they're attractive, however, I feel no attraction towards them. Where everyone else is like, oh yeah, I would so fuck so-and-so, I would do this, or oh, look at his body, look at her body, look at that. Like, everything is always so sexualized with most people. And physical appearances and everything is such a big deal to everyone, which is honestly bullshit. Sorry if I sound a little angry there, but yeah. And just being demisexual, for me, I'm not ashamed of it at all. And if people want to tell me that it doesn't exist or that I'm confused or whatever, they can go ahead and say what they want. Because they're not me. I know myself. I know what I am. For the longest time, I honestly thought I was just messed up somehow. That there was just something wrong with me, so I just never talked about it, and I would kind of just go along with everything that people would say about sexual stuff and that, and I would just kind of laugh along, joke, agree, and stuff like that, because I was afraid of being, like, looked down upon or seen as stuck up or prude or anything like that. But honestly, I'm not, and it's just hard sometimes, especially with the way things are anymore, especially with, like, the media and how obsessed people are with looks and bodies and stuff like that. And of course the whole thing like sex sells and stuff like that. And the dating culture of the world where people will just readily hook up with anyone. There's one night stands, friends with benefits, all of that stuff. And hell, even some of my friends, they used to have conversations about kinks and that. And I would just be sitting there, and I know some of them would at times kind of get annoyed with me and confused in that, because I would try to stay out of the conversation as much as I could, because none of it makes sense to me in that, and I was uncomfortable with it. And more than once, I've met some really cool guys. Girls too. But the moment I've said about, like, being demisexual, they wanted nothing to do with me. So that kind of hurts and kind of makes you believe even more that there's something wrong with you when there's not. And honestly, no one should have to feel that way. Ever. For their sexuality, their gender, how they present themselves, what they identify as, anything. I know how it feels, and it feels freaking terrible. That's why I kind of even now I kind of want to cry talking about it, plus I'm kind of really nervous about talking about it all. I mean, at some point maybe I'll actually make a video where I sit and talk about this better. But for now, just know that no matter what you are, how you present yourself, what you identify as, regardless of all of that, you are you. You know yourself better than anyone else can in those terms. And you don't have to figure it out right away. Things can change. You don't have to stay as one thing your entire life if you come to realize that oh, I actually wasn't this, I'm this instead, and this is and this is true, then that's fine. You're still you. You're still the same person. You're still amazing, and you. If anyone else doesn't like it, that's their problem. And if anyone has a problem with all of the things talked about in this video, and you have nothing nice to say about it or anything, don't even bother coming in my comments because I'll just delete them. Anyone who comments on this video, let's make it all positive, and let's all just be there for each other, okay? Let's just help each other and show everyone that regardless of gender, sexuality, any of that, you're still human, and you have a right to be happy and to be loved. I don't know what else to say, and this video has gone on long enough, probably. And I'm honestly feeling kind of emotional now, so thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please let me know down below with a like or a comment. And I hope you're all having a good day or night, wherever you are. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.